truth, the lies, and politics. Informative, educative, and analytical. Getting to the real issues that affect an ordinary individual in areas of leadership, governance, social, and economy. The truth, the lies, and politics.
Good evening and welcome to The Truth, Lies and Politics here on Spirit TV. My name is Paul Ekrot Eki, the host, and this is a dynamic space where ideas collide, perspectives are challenged, and opinions ignite. I do invite you onto an interesting journey where we do get to share issues that affect us on a daily, and also be able to make independent decisions, but also amplifying diverse voices on the table. You can be a part of this conversation when you get to our socials. That is at Spirit TV UG on X, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Feel free to leave a comment, and we'll be glad to read it. Hopefully later on we'll be able to open up the phone lines so that you can call and we hear your voice. You add your voice to the conversation. But before I do get into introducing the guests that we have on the show, I'd like to leave this message with you. This week, all eyes are on the NRM as the party's SEC goes to the ballot. From the corridors of power to the grassroots, the bickerings continue. But what do these internal contests really mean for the bigger picture ahead of the general elections? For those who didn't make it past the primaries, what's next? And after the dust settles in SEC, who truly has the final say in these elections? We take a bird's eye view inside Uganda's ruling party only on The Truth, Lies, and Politics right here on Spirit TV. Stay informed, stay engaged. We do invite you back to The Truth, Lies, and Politics here on Spirit TV, your interesting 2 hours on a Wednesday, where we do get to impact and share valuable information, but also give divergent perspectives that impact on our lives. Now, before I do introduce the gentlemen that are in studio, this week has been quite an interesting week, and also from last week. Some things, just to highlight a few things that stood out or that stand out. There was a time Uganda was back in the news, but also globally, worldwide, where part of the list of countries that was supposed to receive deported criminals from the US. And that story along the way has disappeared, and we're wondering whether that was a punishment or a plus for us here in Uganda. That story just went by. But also the one that has a sticking finger is, or a sticking thumb, a sore thumb, is one on the Nachivubo channel situation, where the presidential directives gave Ham Chigundu a go-ahead to reconstruct that Nachivubo channel, and also make sure that the place looks much better or greener than it looks today. But that has received roadblocks along the way from the KCCA councillors, and as we speak today, the much anticipated meeting between COSASE and KCCA officials collapsed, and the committee chairperson, Mr. Medad Segona, said the decision followed a directive from the Speaker, Anita Among, instructing COSASE to halt proceedings on the Nachivubo channel, the redevelopment, but also constituting another committee to investigate these things. Where shall this end? We wait to see what happens. But today, everything within the country and within the city is about NRM, Central Executive Committee and the National Executive Committee, and the voting that is taking place at Kololo Airstrip, and also in Nakawa. Lots of things happening. You've experienced traffic, you've been frustrated. Hopefully it will pass this week, and next week will be different. But The results, I think we shall be sharing a little later, but we look at the overview of the NRM SEC and also how the organ is shaping the party governance, but also looking at the bigger picture, the political picture and the governance in the country. Well, to be with us here in studio are gentlemen who are fit and ready for the task. I will start with my immediate left, and that is Dr. Naboth Cole, who is an, I don't know if they say is or was, one of the two, and was an aspiring candidate, an aspiring MP, that is Persons with Disabilities, Western Region. Good evening, sir, and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Eki. Thank you for having me. Good evening, viewers. I'm looking forward for a good deliberation on matters that that will shape our country. This is our nation. Yeah, at times it may be heated up, but we must know that it's our country.
Yes.
And we rethink on some of the decisions that we make.
Yes.
To make it a better country for all of us. So I'm looking forward for this good conversation. Yeah, we add a brick into the construction of this country.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Dr. Naboth. Next to him is a lawyer, that is Counsel Tugume Ronald Apuli, and we are glad to have him in studio this evening. Welcome, Counsel, and good evening, sir.
Good evening, Eki. Good evening.
Also, was aspiring candidate.
Good evening, Naboth.
Yes.
And my brother here, Charles. I want to welcome our viewers to this show. I want to also extend my appreciation to the management, staff, and everyone that makes this show a success here at Spirit Media. And I wish our listeners and viewers a very educative, informative, and entertaining show. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. We're glad to have you. Last on the panel is Mr. Charles Romushana, who is a former spy but also a political analyst on the show. We are glad to have you on the show. Good evening, sir.
I like that.
The former
spy.
Former spy.
He's still a spy.
He's still?
Yeah, once a spy.
How do you verify that?
Anyway, he'll talk about it.
The Almighty God of all creation is great and exceedingly merciful. The word I have for you, two quick ones. One, the Catholic Church read. Tuesday, I think, yes. That the word, you remember the word which we say in the beginning was the word, scans our thoughts. All of us, the power of that word is able to scan the thoughts of all mankind at once and know them.
Yes.
Including what we will even think until we leave the earth. The second one, in the teachings of Jesus Christ, it says, why do you wash your outside? Why do you wash the outer part of the pot when inside it's too rotten, it's too dirty, it's filthy, but you want it to glitter outside? I find them extremely very instructive. That we clean ourselves in the exterior when in the interior we are too dirty.
Oh, interesting. Thank you. The perspective, why do you clean the outside, yet inside we are too dirty? Is that perhaps what we have experienced in first of all, the NRM party primaries, but also now the Central Executive Committee, elections? I would like to start with Dr. Naboth, who has been an aspiring candidate, an aspiring MP, persons with disability, Western Region. What were the results? What was your experience? And then we can go from that side.
I think my experience is a bit huge. That
Just
may
a
not
few
fit- that may
takeaway.
not fit in this show.
Yes. Yes.
But results were not as I expected.
Mm.
I didn't go through. My colleague won, and to me, I wish her well.
Mm.
Because you see, normally in Africa, let me start with Uganda and Africa as a whole. We have what we call bad losers.
Sour losers.
No one.
Bad.
No one that has lost that is not cheated.
No one that has lost is not.
That is not cheated.
Mm.
They will always say they cheated me, but I want to differ from that and say that having been a student of political science for many years, if you are to join this game, you must have two in your mind. Either you are going to lose or to win. So for me, I was prepared for any.
Okay.
I knew I would either win
or you will lose.
or I will lose. So it did not affect me. I knew it was a game. But of course, along the way, once the game is not leveled well, it's when you get some worries. And I think it's the process that needs to be revisited and see how a lot of grumbling can be reduced. And that is based on the number of petitions that have been sent to the tribunal. Quite a number. And that actually speaks something.
Yes.
Of which my brother Womshana actually talked about.
Yes.
The inner man. It's what matters.
Yes.
It's not this that we depict in public, and no, there is something that we need to clean. In my mentor's words, I may say, there is need for hygiene.
For hygiene.
There is need for hygiene.
In your perspective, how bad is it? Is it a situation where, yes, you know, there are some things that say, okay, that is bad, we can move on and handle, but how deeply bad?
I think I have two fundamental challenges I see in the process with my party. One is structural, and I'm going to talk specifically on my college, my electoral college. I am from Western region, but I'm voted by the whole country. Meaning that I have to campaign throughout the country. Now, the challenge with that is that it's extremely expensive. You will need not less than 500 to travel the whole country.
500,000?
500 million.
That's $500 million.
Yes. And that is the minimum. Where does it go?
Canvas, yes.
Because you are visiting each district that has 5 members, and those members will be from their villages to the place you meet them. You will give them transport to and from and facilitation. If you don't do that, you will not meet them. And some you may delay and find when they had pressed an order, you'll find a bill.
And you have to create
the whole country.
Wow.
So I think it needs to be revisited. Secondly, is the financial implications that are involved in the whole process. I want to add a voice on some I have seen from senior people. Why would you spend such a huge sums of money on a voluntary work? A case in a point is SEC, Central Executive Committee.
Yes.
I stand to be corrected. I have read somewhere in the media that somebody spent 6.9 billion.
6.9
billion on a position that is going to volunteer. That raises very many questions. Now, if you take it now to the parliamentary role, no wonder these people do not go back to their constituencies because I vote you. Why should I go back? And it's what I've been telling all the delegates, wherever I will be. I say, look,
whoever gives you money
will never deliver, because I have to go back and fill that gap that you created when I was seeking for you. I paid you money. And my cry is, we can do it differently. We look for those people that have not spent a lot. They will have a debt to pay. What is that debt? These people didn't take my money. I must serve them.
Yes.
And then if you don't do it, then you are a problem as well. So those are some of the things that I'm highlighting, of course.
All right.
But I know it's a process.
Okay.
It's a process, and you never know. Someday, I am hopeful to be better.
Thank you very much, Dr. Naboth. And the two, structural and financial implications on that, which I'll get back to the story. I would like to get to, Council Tugume Ronald. And the last time we were here, you had gone to the tribunal, and you were also talking about some of the irregularities with the results from your opponent. How did that fare on, and what has transpired?
Thank you so much, Eki. The tribunal petition was dismissed.
In whose favor?
When a petition is dismissed, that means the petitioner did not get anything.
Oh, okay.
As a practitioner of law, we respect rulings. We handle them with the value that they have to be. So we respected the tribunal's decision, though we may have not agreed with the grounds upon which the petition was dismissed. On the general, in the NRM party, it's becoming very difficult for law-abiding citizens, for constitutional citizens,
yes,
for people with integrity to compete. And that is very, very dangerous.
It's becoming difficult.
It is not becoming difficult.
Yes.
It has become impossible. If you want to win in the NRM, one of the things you must cast away first and foremost, without any whims about it, is your integrity.
If you're to get
Yeah, I say that without...
Is that for NRM or just the whole political picture?
Politics generally in the country. Generally in the country, that is where we have sunk.
Council, how then does one who wants to make a difference survive in such a...
That is a question God can answer.
Yes.
That is a question only God can answer. Because I will tell you my own journey.
Yes.
I contested for the position of Makindye West Member of Parliament. I did not bribe anybody. I invested money where a person campaigning should invest. I did my publicity. I did my groundwork. I reached the electorate. We had a very short time to campaign, but I want to assure you that my campaign was so robust,
yes. I
covered at least 80% of the constituency. Somebody whom I can authoritatively tell you did not cover even 30% of the constituency. On the last day, brought the army, gave money to presiding officers. They carried things in people's homes. They overinflated the register, the voter tally, everything. And those people were declared. And we went to a group of people whom I respect, even up to today respect. And as a lawyer, prepared a very robust petition. To my shock, I was told that I had insufficient evidence.
And he dismissed it.
Yes. And yet the evidence involved nothing more than what was declared by the NRM Electoral Commission.
It was a question of mathematics.
It was a question of them looking at what the commission declared. It was not even me to come and I told them, look, we voted at midday. Same electorate voted for 2 positions, woman member of parliament and constituency member of parliament. Tell me how at the same polling station there is a variance of 300 voters.
With the same
22 vote for the woman member of parliament. And then you tell me 397 have voted for the constituency. Yet it is the same electorate, same time. It is just, we begin with this one, we go to this one. The same. And then you tell somebody you don't have enough evidence, you must present the registry, the register book. I am not a custodian of the register book. You as the NRM tribunal should have that register at your disposal. Secondly, this was not my registry to prove. It was for me to point to you that, look, we had 2 elections and I've given you the declared results for both woman member of parliament and the constituent. I've given them to you as declared by the National Electoral Commission of the NRM. They are not mine. You want me to produce which ones now? Which evidence do you want me to give you? To come with a pen and paper and write my own tally? Because I told them, look at this. And I showed them the difference between the 2. There was a total of 5,865.
And that does
the difference,
yes.
Because this is what we did.
Yes.
This is what my team did. They looked at the woman member of parliament, same voters, same time, in the same ring. The difference in all the 132 polling stations in Makindye West compared to the total of Makindye East and West.
Wow.
Because remember, the woman member of parliament was being voted by 2 constituencies.
Yes.
East and West. And how does it turn out?
That one had more than
that
both.
A constituency MP had more votes than one who was being voted in the whole division. And they want to say that there isn't sufficient evidence. I just shook my head and said, Lord, I surrender.
Yes.
Because where else, how else do you want me to prove that? Because I have showed you from your own results.
Yes.
Because the District Electoral Commission declared results.
Yes.
Said woman member of parliament, this is the result.
number.
Constituency member of parliament, this is the result. And I said, excuse me, Mr. Tribunal.
Yes.
Do you realize that the same number of voters voting on the same day at the same time, but in these two positions, there's a difference of 5,685. And they are all to one person. Because we showed them every polling station. We'll tell you, look here, the total number of votes for the woman member of parliament are 33. Now the same polling station, the total number of votes for constituency MP are 500.
Yes.
Where did the 470 come from? Did the presiding officer go back and let in other people in the registry? And then somebody rules and says on the issue of inflated number of voters, the petitioner did not present the register to compare. Was it a matter of comparing the register or comparing the 2 results?
Wow.
So anyway, as a team, as a campaign team, we are at that position where we are wondering, what do we do in the circumstances? Because NRM is a mass party.
Yes.
In this country, my opinion is that if you want to have some tangible influence,
Yes.
it has to come from the NRM. Because we all know, and it will be foolhardy for somebody to think that you can work outside the NRM.
Yeah.
and have some tangible results as far as the governance of this country is concerned.
Yes.
Unless you're on a selfish agenda. But personally, as Tugumi, I realize that my beloved party, if it is sickness, it is on life support. Yeah, if it is sickness, it is on life support. We need organ transplant.
Okay.
That is how I can summarize it.
Okay. Charles, I'm coming to you because I have something that I'd like to get back to Dr. Nabot. Now, Dr. Nabot. Hey, can stay here, okay. Hey, Charles. Dr. Nabot, and I know with what he has said, some people would usually say, oh, everyone who has lost is you mentioned a bit on being a sour loser and things like that, because usually people come out to say they robbed me. I even remember the president at a certain point took a case to court and said, these people here robbed me. No, stole our votes. And someone's wondering, wow, okay, how? But how does, I'd like to get a bit personal. How do you then, as an individual, rise up from this? You know, you see these glaring things, you've participated, you've given your all, you've done what you can do. How do you manage to still, I know he's mentioned something about influence within the NRM, but how do you get back to your feet? Because it's like a sweeping, you want to do something, and they're just the structural, the financial challenges to go. How does one get back?
Thank you very much, Eki. In every journey, there are challenges. The steps over 1,000 miles starts with one step. And I subscribe to the view that if you want to solve a problem, you must be part of it.
Of the problem,
yeah.
First.
That's why he made a statement. He made a statement by saying that our party,
our beloved party,
if you were to make a difference, you must be part of it, because it's a mass party. It is the party in the government.
That we have seen in every village that has presented a candidate or candidates.
The best way to influence is to be part of it. No matter what is happening,
yes,
still stand in and show them that this is what I want to do and I think it is wrong. This is what I want to do and this is the right thing to do. Rather than keep at bay and watch. Even the Bible is clear in that line. That sin is not done by that has committed it.
Yeah.
But even those that have seen it being committed
and they do
nothing. That is my philosophy. The very reason why I have resigned from my job to take part into this, because I was already working in a government institution.
Yes.
Paid very well. But I was like, no, I cannot keep watching this. Let me take part. I see the whole process.
Yes.
And when I get the opportunity,
yes,
I will, of course I can't. This is not the best platform for me to express my concerns.
Yes.
But I will express my concerns to the concerned. I say, look, this is what is happening. And I think, as I said from the beginning, there is need for hygiene. It will not be done by the opposition. It will be done by those that are holding the card where I belong. And this we don't speak because we hate our party. I love my party. I passionately love my party. But again, but then if I don't, then
anyway, yes.
What yardstick are you using for what yardstick are you using for whether I love it or not? It should be coming from me, my big brother.
You use the word love, but not passionately.
I do, because I do. There is a lot that I do for that party that you don't know.
But Charles, someone who resigns their well-paying job,
yes,
come and get through this politics, it's quite...
No, with passion. I have passion for my party. That's why I am echoing some of these concerns.
Yeah.
I say, look, there is something we need to do. Yeah. One of them is the process itself. The process of selecting these flag bearers is not the best. That's why I would as well recommend that we either go an American way.
Appointment, but you're already doing the electoral colleges.
Not everyone will select.
Okay.
I am proposing something like we have a committee of eminent persons at the party level, eminent persons.
Yes.
That will be responsible for selecting. Because now if you leave it to everyone, now those are the issues we are raising. They can easily be bought.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. Now let me go to Charles, and I'll come back to council. Charles, when somebody looks at your X account, yes, you talked about the politics, but there is one word that keeps on popping up. You call it hashtag silly election, you know, and it is consistent with the things that you've been posting on the SEC NRM elections. One, what makes them silly? Why do you think that they are silly? But two, why are these elections a do or die for the people that are involved? Already you've had someone, you said you're using 6.8 billion for a voluntary job. It doesn't quite make a lot of sense to many people. Help us make sense out of it.
Someone entered Bank of Uganda. Have you been to Bank of Uganda recently?
Yes, sir.
It's not an easy place to enter.
The one on the Kampala is in the back of yes. Yes.
Even in a commercial bank, but now you're talking about the Bank of Uganda. Then you enter there.
Which should be the case.
You enter there and you wire money. Billions of money. Of all countries via Japan. And it matures. Then you have noise. Please Japan help in returning that money. You get SEC is a good platform to go to route Uganda. When you sit near M7, you get distilled. It's a purification system to become a first-class thief.
Wow.
Actually, you would be stupid, hopeless, idiot if you reached there and you are not able to route.
It's an expectation, in that sense?
It's not access to opportunity. It's not that it gives you a platform to access opportunity.
To make better policies.
No, it is that, and it's not about influence, by the way. No. It is that when you get there, you route it, because there is getting opportunity, there is accessing opportunity and manipulate here and there, or do business for those who do business. But there it is to do routing.
That then makes sense why it is a do or die.
Absolutely. So now it's a competition between routers. Why don't I leave it at that?
All right.
We said election, yes. I think I should be the first to win the national resistance, general election, a free and fair election. So the poor one you are saying, someone who had no money, young, but was able to win a free and fair vote.
I read his experience.
Yes. I am on record. And I remember Mr. Museveni introduced me to Kaunda, the late Kenneth Kaunda, on account of that.
Wow.
I was his achievement. I was the achievement of the NRA. To win, and the youth, because why they have seats for youths It was during that time. It was literally impossible for youth to win an election, a general election.
But as a youth, you beat the...
Why they put seats,
Yes.
special seats,
Yes.
affirmative action for youth, is because it was literally impossible for a youth to win elections. Society was too conservative. But I broke through that barrier, and two, I had no money. I also broke through that barrier, and three, the population chose their own. They chose what they wanted in a free and fair atmosphere. That was one. And yet Rukunjiri had the highest proliferation of NRA power. Chikeire, Chiza Vesije, Amama Mbabazi, Mumuwezi. I mean, if the most commanders were from there, and all of them combined, I beat them hands down. Amam Baba says he was sympathetic, but it's okay. So in other words, so if you are talking about NRA, Stephen Akabwai, organizing a free, fair vote, and me winning it, NRA did it. And shortly after, I again became the first to face massive rigging. I'm talking at the level of an MP, because Semogere was a different one. Because Semogere, yes, we rigged, but it was consensus. It was like family business, family affair. Really. Yes, there was competition between Rukonjira and Chisoro. Chisoro to get 100%. I think we got around 90-something%. But at the Tale, we would do what they call Keita. So they would say, now what do we do with this? The Semogere vote Keite. The whole line, Keite. Then we take 7, and that one is spoiled. But unfortunately, it would impact. It would impact the Tale.
Yes.
You wouldn't get 100%. So Chisoro won. 100%. Chisoro got 100% and defeated us. So it was a competition between us and Chisoro, and but it was
Chisoro won at 100%.
yes, but I don't want the first violence, electoral violence, was in my press against me. I'm grateful to Mr. Museveni that he put his foot down, and I was not killed. Because I should have been killed. The decision to kill was taken. He says, if you kill, then go to exile. They said, okay, do anything you want to do, but don't kill. But they killed my supporters. So if you are talking about electoral violence, I was the first beneficiary of electoral violence. There is someone, he's working, he's big here, so I don't know, maybe you wouldn't want me to mention his names, but people in Vukurungu asked me to get polling agents. Said, you just get us polling agents, the rest you leave to us, want to show him ways. And I got them someone from Kampala. Someone came in the polling, in the line when, during voting, cocked his gun and said, I'm going to count 3. If you don't leave, I will shoot you. So he counted 1, 2, the guy put up his hands. Then he closed the safe and ordered him to walk through Konjiri from Bukurungu. Those are how many kilometers? Almost 30.
Wow.
30 kilometers. Because he reached in the evening. But they had hunted him the whole night because I dropped him and the people hid him. You get but in Weshama they killed them. Others they put them in the boats, took them in the lake, in the middle of the lake, and dropped the anchor. So anyway, it was that ugly. So I have had those two.
Your experiences, yes.
Then I had an opportunity to do mass education on the draft constitution.
Okay.
So by the time people voted, now they were voting on the draft constitution. You ask anybody who participated in that election, they will tell you. I was able to shift the election from material. I've given you roads and sheets, they were, because we were going to debate the constitution, but people didn't know. And they hadn't explained to them. So I succeeded in doing mass education on the draft constitution. And then eventually the campaign now was on issues. On land, my view is this. On taxation, my view is this. On parties, my view is this. So I therefore can say that for the first time I witnessed myself where I was involved, people voting an issue. Now, it is now the reverse. Today, you took me in a direction. I am not going to be able to submit on my own, on mine. Today I have witnessed history.
All right.
When we were in the CA, because me, I should tell you again, I was the youngest there.
Yes.
Because those who were representing youth were very old men. You can even go and check them. Even when you meet us today, they are my judges. But today, during that time, issues of integrity were very serious. That if a politician passed on the speeches, people would struggle. The most catchphrase would be, he was a man of integrity.
And there was nothing like, we have to give the son or a daughter to take after him.
Now let's not mix it with jokes.
Okay. No.
Integrity. So that's why you check people who had the power then, the likes of Mayanja and Kanji, who were ministers, Abu Mayanja Kachama, I think was Minister of Education during Obote 1. The people like Paulo Mwa, by the time they left power, you don't see buildings. People like Adonia Teverondwa, these were very powerful ministers. But when you look around, you don't see their wealth.
I think Tarsis also was part of them.
Yes, Tarsis Kabwejere. Because the society favored the integrity. You get? And I have seen Kadaga address Mr. Museveni directly. Do we rewire the integrity?
Can we put a pause there? Charles, can we put a pause there? We will come back right after this break and we continue on that point of integrity. But also I would like to get to Council Ronald Tukume and just in a way just share with us from the constitutional perspective the legal mandate, SEC and NEC, because they're two, and then we shall move on from there. But we will pause there, we'll come back for you, Charles from Shana. We're still continuing with our conversation, and do feel free to leave a comment, something that you have noticed or something that you've seen happening in the NRM SEC ballots, and so we'll be glad to hear from you. Otherwise, it's the truth, lies, and politics. Stay tuned.
Truth, the lies, and politics. Informative, educative, and analytical. Getting to the real issues that affect an ordinary individual in areas of leadership, governance, social, and economy. The truth, the lies,